Hi guys, welcome back to Fair's Tutorials. CSEC Food, Nutrition and Health. Past paper question for the exam year 2021. And in this episode, we're looking at question 5. It reads, define the term first aid. 2 marks. Outline the method of first aid treatment for each of the following injuries. Burns, heavy bleeding. 4 marks. Discuss 3 ways in which energy can be conserved using the refrigerator. 6 marks. Now the next question is based on 2 diagrams of a kitchen layout. It has A and B, and we'll view the layout shortly, right? But the question reads, Miss Brown family is large. Mrs. Brown bakes on the weekends and holidays to earn extra income, and from time to time, several members of the family assist her in the kitchen. Which one of the 2 kitchen layouts, A or B, is most suitable for the Brown family? Explain your answer, and that is worth 4 marks. Now, the total question is valued at 16 marks. Let's go. Define the term first aid. 2 marks. Now, first aid may be defined as the medical attention that is usually administered immediately after the injury occurred and at the location where it occurred. As the name suggests, first aid, it is the first help that you get before you seek professional help, right? Medical care from the doctor. This treatment is often consists of a one-time short-term treatment that requires the technology or training to administer. Next question. Outline the method of first aid treatment for each of the following injuries. And the total marks for this is actually 2 marks, right? And the first injury that we're looking at is burn, right? So let us look at these steps. So 1, immediately get the person away from the heat source to stop the burning. 2, cool the burn with cool running water for 20 minutes. 3, remove any clothing or jewelry that near the burnt area of the skin. However, if it's some clothing that maybe stuck to the skin, then you have to leave that until medical treatment is administered, and they will remove it, right? 4, cover the area for protection depending on the degree of burn. If it's 2nd or 3rd degree burn where you may have an open wound, then you definitely have to cover the area for protection. And 5, seek medical attention if necessary. Depending on the type or degree of the burn, you may have to seek medical attention, right? Next injury is heavy bleeding. Now you notice this didn't just say cuts or wound, but heavy bleeding, right? So in heavy bleeding, in a case like this, you have to apply pressure directly to the wound. Call for emergency, because in this case you don't want the person to bleed out on you. So while you're treating them, you have to ensure that emergency or the ambulance is on its way, right? 3, secure dressing with a bandage to maintain pressure. You have to elevate the wound, and of course seek medical attention. Next question. Discuss 3 ways in which energy can be conserved when using the refrigerator. First point, always close the door without delay. How many of you are guilty? Going in the refrigerator for some beverage and you left the fridge door open, you throw out your beverage or your juice from if it's from a large jug, and you leave the fridge door open until you're finished, right? We need to cut that out, right? So in conserving energy, you have to always close the door without delay. Now this question says discuss, so you can't just list. You have to develop a discussion. So every time the refrigerator door is open, cold air escapes and warm ambient air enters. To compensate for the temperature increase in its interior, the refrigerator must then use energy to bring the temperature back down, right? Always avoid opening the door unnecessarily and for too long. And that's one way in which you can conserve energy when you're using the refrigerator. Another way is to add cold food in the refrigerator, right? So never put warm food in the refrigerator, as this will heat up the interior as well as other stored foods. Now, hot food should always be allowed to cool to room temperature before placing it in the refrigerator. Next point, check door seals regularly. Now, the rubber seal is used for insulation purposes and prevents heat exchange between the ambient air and the refrigerator. It is important to regularly check that the seal is fully intact and sealing tightly. Should this not be the case, we have to replace it immediately. Also, make sure that stored item doesn't prevent the door from closing properly. So we have to pay close attention to these issues so that we can conserve energy when we're using the refrigerator. Next question. The Brown family is large. Mrs. Brown bakes on the weekends and holidays to earn extra income, and from time to time, several members of the family assist her in the kitchen. Which one of the two kitchen layouts, A or B, is most suitable for the Brown family? And you're supposed to explain your answer, and this question is worth 4 marks, right? So I would say 1 point is allotted for identifying which kitchen is more suitable, and then when you're explaining, have at least 3 points to explain so that you can get your full marks if you get a question like this, right? Now, taking a look at both pictures and comparing both layouts, I would say kitchen A is more suitable for the Brown family, right? And the reason is the Brown family is large, and as such, they will need a larger kitchen with more storage areas. So if you can compare the cupboards, the storage areas versus in A versus what is in B, right? A bigger stove, and that is evident too in kitchen A as well. As kitchen B, you can see it's just a tabletop stove right there with only 4 burners, right? Another point of explanation, in kitchen A, there is also an oven compartment to the stove, which they will need as they do a lot of baking. Are you seeing that, guys? As you can see here, you can have the oven. You see the oven part here, but over this side, you notice it's just a stove top right there. Good. Next point, in this case, the one-wall kitchen layout is more ideal as they will be able to walk freely without bumping into each other, as it's a large family. All right. Now, I know that you may be able to pick out other points of which you could explain, but those are just some ideal responses for this question. That's it, guys. Good luck.
You're awesome. You've made it to the end of the session. Please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on your post notification bells so that you can be notified when there's another upload. Most important of all, share with persons who you know will find this information useful. Thank you for making it very